The following is an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.
To the other big on the box. That's something we got to take advantage of. They hit a couple of threes early, but we need to be patient and make sure we continue to go inside with the basketball.
And pass goes inside at Dante Holmes. He catches it in a quick release from the left block. He knocks it in for two. And a jumper from the left corner. It's no good. Rebounded by KJ. KJ's going to push the floor out. The pass goes ahead to Dante Holmes. And Holmes is going to rise in a layup. Levitation Holmes on the right side.
And when he cocked it back, I thought he was about to bring the house down. I was thinking he can't make it there from where he took off, but a nice job and a nice decision by him not to worry about the dunk, just to get the 2 points.
And he went up and he curled it in a layup that would have made Earl Monroe proud.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to go James Worthy for a second there. I was like, wait a minute, he can't do that, can he?
And picked away by KJ, and KJ's going to run the floor now, and he has the ball taken away from him in the left block. He drops it off to Jordan. Parks goes up and drops it over the head of Jeremiah Betts, and he'll go in for one more. Coppin State out in front. KJ hits a cutting Ant McDonald, goes outside left corner. Holmes for three, yes.
Yeah, nice execution that time by the Eagles.
Left channel, and now he moves to his right, drops it off to Parks. Parks left side goes to Holmes, and now he'll rise with three with a player in his face and drains it. Dante Holmes ready to start smoldering. He's feeling, and pass tipped away by Nimrod Hilliard. Hilliard's gonna run the floor now, layup left side, in.
And that's what he can do. He can finish with both hands around the basket.
It's across the midcourt line and moves over to the left. Lob pass goes inside to Parks. Parks goes outside to the corner to Dante Holmes. 5 for 5.
Yeah, Holmes is on fire out there. I love the
Carolina Central in the backcourt. And it goes to Nimrod Hilliard. The Eagles are in their alternate black uniforms with the gray and red camouflage trim down the sides with the white numbers and letters that say NC Central across the chest. And a lob to Parks, and he throws it down left side.
Represent Queens, but he was raised up in Brooklyn.
My goodness. Jordan Parks with the skyscraper reach goes up and brings the building down with two. McDonald circles to his right, and now he's going to go to the paint and go back outside to KJ. Again for three, and that's good.
That's excellent execution.
All the Eagles tied up at 70. Dante Holmes, left corner, hits a cutting. Jordan Parks, he puts it back behind his head and rams it down with two.
Hello. I'm right here.
McDonald thought about the three, decides to get it. Now he's going to drive, layup right side, good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First off, hats off to Coppin State. They really came in and competed hard enough to win a basketball game, and we as expected. Their record is definitely not indicative of the type I told our kids prior to the game and throughout the week, don't be misled. They played a lot of guarantee games. They've been on the road a lot. They had some heartbreaking defeats as well. So our kids have to understand, and it's one of the most exhausting things as a coach, and that's why I'm out here a little later, because we just had to have a heart-to-heart. They read the press clippings and social media and so on and so forth, and they're walking around campus and people constantly praising them and anointing them and telling them how good they are, and that's fine. There's no dodging that, but they have to understand that when you have a bullseye on your back, it's no nights off, it's no plays off, and we don't comprehend that just yet. That's the immaturity in our basketball team, and efficient enough in all areas of the game right now, and that's cool. We just got to continue to grow and evolve, but we got to do so quick, fast, and in a hurry, because the margin of error is getting slimmer and slimmer.
What did you say to them in that heart-to-heart? How did they receive it?
They understood. The first, I just pulled out the poster. Every night I tuck my daughter in the bed and I read to her. In her bedroom is our poster, and it says unsatisfied. And I just asked them, what's their definition of unsatisfied? Because maybe that's the disconnect, and they gave me a Webster's definition. I really don't even remember, but I just put it in layman terms and said unsatisfied means bringing it every single day because you're not content with where you are. And in order to do that, I can see that. I should be able to see that. Your fans should be able to see that passion and that energy every single time. And mentally, we just lose a lot of the shots Coppin hit, and credit them. I mean, they shot the cover off the basketball. That's incredible. But we have mental breakdowns. Dante Holmes hit a shot and turned and looked in the crowd as if he's never made a basketball shot in his life. And his man is down here in the corner hitting a wide open shot. I'm like, come on, like, Dante, you're 23. You know, and those are the conversations we're having. The kid that hit the shot is 18. Those roles should be reversed. He ain't played enough basketball, you know, to be in that situation. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I just got to do a better job and of coaching them and, you know, getting them to figure out. It's tough because we really have only one leader at this point, and that's KJ. Jordan is really a leader by default. He's only been here a year and a half, so he's a leader primarily because a lot of people left. Everyone else is new. So our leadership has to be in place for us to come out and you know, play much better.
Do you feel like you guys come out with enough energy and enough heart against this team?
No, not at all. You know, and it's tough, man. It's just tough with this day and age with these kids, and you know, they can be seduced by, I don't know. You know, you probably have to ask them, but I don't know what their lack of energy was attributed to. But, you know, energy just strips you whenever you see the basketball go in the net all the single time. You know what I'm saying? And I think they came out and hit their first 4 threes, and, you know, so that takes away your energy right there. So you have to guard. I thought we had good energy. We just didn't have good principles initially. And we ain't jump at the ball. We ain't contest, and we didn't get what we call rakes on the defensive end, and they just shot the basketball well. And that gave them some confidence.
Baseline yelled, "Where's your heart?" and yelled it a couple of times. I don't know if you heard that, but right after that, Jordan had the big block. It seemed like in that last, I don't know, minute, 30 seconds or so, the team clicked and all kind of showed its heart at once.
Yeah, we did. We showed some heart at that tail end of the game, but you know, we got to show heart for 40 minutes, not just a minute and a half. We're not the Cleveland Cavaliers where we can just coast and turn it on and off. I wish, because I would be sitting down throughout the game if I had Kyrie and LeBron and, you know, those guys. We don't have Kyrie and LeBron. We got LaVelle and KJ and Jordan and the rest of these guys. So we have to do it collectively. We have to do it together. And, you know, that's the constant battle, night in and night out.
You mentioned Jordan. He had 25 points, I think, and really turned it on in the second half. Were you pleased with the way he played today, especially compared to how he could come out against Stanford and struggled with foul trouble?
I'll be honest, I was disappointed in Jordan because he didn't have good practices leading up to the week. And, you know, I'm not concerned with his 25 and 11. He must have good practices because he has to be the focal point and teach those other young men on our team what's required night in and night out every single day. And that's what unsatisfied me. And he didn't bring that. And I jumped on him at shoot-around because our shoot-around was pretty much indicative of how we played.
You mentioned in the past that splash plays are what really gets the crowd into it. And it seemed like there weren't as many tonight.
Right.
Did you notice that? Did it kind of have an effect on the crowd and maybe building your team's energy up?
It did. It did. We got to take charges. We got to jump on the floor for loose balls. And what we have to do is really adjust to how the referees are calling the basketball game. You know, they have to do that right away. If they're going to let them be physical, we can be physical. If not, if they're calling touch fouls, then we must adopt and adjust and, you know, show our hands. And when you're trying to play without fouling, you're timid, and you're not going to be in position to make those splash plays.
You guys were also able to out-rebound Coppin State 46-29, and that's been a big emphasis in the last couple of weeks. Do you feel like your guys responded to what you were teaching them in practice and were able to rebound better, box out better?
We rebounded it well, but the neutralizer in this game is always the three-point line. And the other neutralizer is going to be the free throw line. That's often overlooked, and we're shooting 54% from the game from free throws. Like, that's horrible. I can close my eyes and make 50% of free throws, and we just got to do a better job. That's effort and concentration. You know, just going up to the line and focusing on the rim and knocking it down. That's all that is.
So what are you going to work on in the next 2 days before you take on Delaware State?
I have to go watch some film on them. But, you know, right now we'll try to clean up, some of our deficiencies right now, and that's, hedging on ball screens. I don't want to focus too much on free throws because I just think it's so mental that, they know when they go up to the line, they got to knock it in. So, they come in and we done shot enough of them, both collectively and individually. So we'll just continue to try to fine-tune what we do, because basketball isn't that hard. It's not that complex where every day you're coming in doing something different. It's repetitive and it becomes redundant. You just got to be great at the redundance.
You mentioned being unsatisfied. That's obviously the theme for this season. Were you unsatisfied after this win?
I'm unsatisfied after every win. I just think that's a coach where, you don't enjoy the wins, you harp on the losses, and you're always looking at the next thing because you never get a chance to enjoy it because we got a heck of a Delaware State team coming in that's really, really talented. Got a post player that's incredible. Got a wing that can score with the best of them, and, they're going to really cause some problems down there. It really didn't because, a couple of those plays he made, he came down and he was responsible for them scoring, So we got a motto that says an even swap ain't a swindle. And that's what I mean. He made a three in the corner, which is great. And then he came down and looked in the crowd and allowed his man to come in and knock down a shot. So those things we just have to improve upon, man. That's not smart, intelligent basketball, and that starts with me. Well, we tried to stay in our gaps, and, that's just what we do. It really wasn't an adjustment. Nimrod is guarding him, and we went over it time and time again. The game plan was to force the kid left, and the kid went right the first 9 out of 10 times. And I'm like, Nimrod, what are you doing? So those are the things mentally that we have to improve upon. When we come to shoot-arounds, it's not just to present the information. It's for us to present the information and you process the information and apply it, once you get on the floor. That's what shoot-around is for. And, we take a lot of pride in that. And, we just got to execute better as a coaching staff and as players.
I'm going to ask you about the black jerseys that the team wore today. From a coaching standpoint, how the players react when they saw the jersey that they were going to be wearing today?
Well, they seen them. I've gotten soft as a coach over the years, and KJ came and asked me before the year, can we have some black jerseys? And it was fresh off a championship, so I think I said yeah. You know how you used to ask your mom, can you spend the night at your friend's house when she was in a good mood? I think they caught me during that time. I don't even remember saying yeah, but we ordered them. I thought it'd be great for our players, and I thought it would fire them up and give them some sort of mental edge or whatever it may be. I don't know, real men wear black, whatever it's going to be. But I tell you what, if we would have lost, we would have never worn them again. I do know that. But, they live to see another day. So, it's just a little different change up and something to reward them. And, these kids, they deserve it, I guess.
Think you'll wear them again this season?
Yeah, we'll probably have to take those on the road. I don't like them in here anymore. I don't like that. So I ain't superstitious, but I'm just saying. I'm not. We'll wear them on the road maybe or something.
As we get ready for Monday, you mentioned a lot of new players on this team. How do you prepare them for the national spot that's going to be here in Durham, players that weren't in the game last year against Savannah State?
The thing is, you don't mention it. You just prepare as usual. You don't let them know anything about the cameras and, all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, after everything is set up and the bright lights hit and the popcorn is popping, it's still basketball. And that's what we have to do. That's what our focus have to be on. ESPN is not going to score any points or take any points away from us. But I can assure you Amir May and Kendall Gray down there on that block is going to have something to say about it. And that's what we have to do. We just got to focus and not worry about outside distractions. Everything has to be within these 4 lines for us. Thank you.
It was a dogfight again, and we got to stop putting ourselves in situations where we're putting ourselves in deficits and making the game very close. We have to learn how to contain the lead and keep it.
felt like you guys didn't come in with enough energy or heart. Did you feel that? Was there a reason maybe why your energy was really down as a team?
I'm not really exactly sure. I can't really recall too much from the first half, but I think we just weren't expecting so much, like for them to come at us so much, and that's the problem. Like we have to be ready for everything. We got a bullseye on the back, and we have to be able to weather the storm. Like, and it's not even that we couldn't handle it. It's just that we can't allow it to rattle us and just not be able to bounce back from it, you know. And I think like stuff like that is like adversities, and that's what champions come from. So we have to learn how to, you know, bounce back from things like that. And once we make the lead and take it, we have to keep it.
Coach said he had a heart-to-heart with you guys after the game. What was he saying to you?
He was saying a lot of, you know, what he mostly says about how we have to just stay mentally focused, and he kind of asked us what we thought unsatisfied meant, and he made a few analogies as always of how we're allowing people to feel like they have a chance with us, and we can't do that, you know, and that's basically what it came down to.
Going back to having heart, with about a minute left after you hit the shot to tie it up, went back on defense, and the crowd got really loud. And there was a fan on the baseline that kept screaming, "Where is your heart at?" And literally, as soon as he said it one time, you jumped up and made a huge block. And then from there, the game got rolling, and you guys were able to pull out a win. Do you feel like you were able to show your heart, your team's heart, in the last minute or so of the game?
I don't think myself, you know, just shows my team heart. I think the win shows that our heart, you know. At the end of the day, it was sloppy, but a win is a win. You know, we clawed, we fought, and that's what matters. So I don't think it took. I didn't hear the fans saying it, but you know, I think at this point in the year, we know when it's time to buckle down and time to lock down. And although we shouldn't allow it to get there, we fought and we showed that we have heart.
You guys also didn't have as many splash plays tonight, it seemed like, and it kind of took the crowd out of it for a while. Did you feel that? Did you feel like the kind of energy go out of the building for a little bit?
Yeah, you could feel the energy going out the building. You know, like you could hear it in the crowd, and you could kind of see us kind of bickering between each other. But that's part of basketball. Things like that happen, and you know, you just got to get past it.
What did you have to do to turn it around, to make the bickering stop, to get the crowd back?
Just leadership. Basically, me and KJ had to begin to speak up. We had to get Nimrod to begin to execute, and most of all, is making stops on defense. That was the biggest problem tonight. Was we just weren't like we weren't contesting the shots. You know, that's what kind of team they are. They like to find shots. You know, easy shots, and they're all shooters. So we had to have a hand in their face every time.
Yeah, they jumped out to a 9-2 lead. You were hitting they hit 4 3-pointers really in a row. What do you guys do? What's going through your minds at that time?
See, that's rare, and that's the what I'm talking about. Like, we can't allow things like that to rattle us. Like, it's not too many times you'll come out and a team will hit 4 threes in a row, you know. And I believe about 2 of them were contested, but things like that, we can't even give them those looks so they can get into a rhythm. We have to just make sure, you know, a lot of them guys are rhythm players, so we have to make sure that, you know, we keep them mellow. We don't allow them to heat up. We don't allow them to do things that they're not really used to doing. And that's how, as you can see, they started hitting shots when we began to contest. You know, that last shot into halftime was 3 people in his face.
In the last shot, you hit the game winner. You got it on a follow-up to KJ's miss. Boxed out, got the rebound, put the shot back up. What was going through your mind when all that was happening?
I kind of saw the play in my head already. I knew what we were running, and I kind of knew what KJ was going to do. So I read off of KJ's body, and it happened.
How much is rebounding and boxing out been an emphasis in practice in the last couple weeks?
It's been an emphasis all year. Like, that's all we hear is hit somebody. We don't even use the term boxing out no more because it sounds too soft, Coach Mullen says. We use the term hit. So if we hear that all year, we could have the best box out game of our year and it still wouldn't be enough. So, you know, we just have to go out and our guards have to get in and get filthy a little bit.
Does it feel good then, kind of, to be able to score the game winner when you hit someone and put the shot back up and you say, look, Coach, I swear I'm hearing you, like I just did it?
I would love to say that. But, you know, that's not acceptable. But, I mean, it always feels good when you know that you did, you know, what you're taught and the things that you know. And I know it kind of makes Coach Mullen feel good when his words come into, reality. So when he's telling us to hit and you'll get these shots and things like that, then I know that's going to be his win. He won that game for us.
What went through your mind when you started the game and Dante Holmes hit his first 5 shots out the game?
Dante's hot, and I hope Dante stays hot, because sometimes Dante could get real cold, and I don't want that to happen. But, Dante's a great scorer, and I'm happy he came out, because I think he kind of needs things like that, because sometimes he's seen his, kind of field goal makes kind of blow. So I think it'll help him and keep his confidence, and it's kind of hard to break his confidence. He's going to play regardless if he's making 100 shots or making 0. He's going to play hard.
On the other side of the floor, you had Tariq Cephas, a speedy guard. Was it like defending him on the floor?
I know Tariq personally, and I already knew what he was going to bring to the table. He is super fast, and I told Nimrod before the game that you're going to have your hands full. You're going to have to stop the ball early and kind of contain him. And, he came out, and it's not too many people that can stay in front of someone when they going at 80 miles per hour. And but he's a good player, and he played a great game.
Rebounding, you out-rebounded Coppin State by a margin of 46-29. Let's talk about your play and your other post players out there in the paint.
That speaks for that's very big, because I don't think these last couple of games we've been rebounding very well, and that's probably the biggest margin we've had in rebounding this year. So we got to keep them kind of things up, and it's always good to see when KJ's pulling boards down, because it inspires other people, because as we know, KJ's not the most athletic person, so it inspires other people to get it. If KJ can do it, well, I know I can do it, so that's always good to see.
How did it feel wearing the black jerseys today?
Felt swaggy, man. That's the best word. I liked it. They look real good too, for real. I'm not sure if we the first team to wear it, but I know we look good in it, and I'm happy we got the win while we're wearing it, because if not, he probably would have retired those.
Do you think you get to wear them again this season, maybe?
I hope so. They look good. I like those jerseys, man. I like those.
Do you remember who asked Coach if it would be okay if you guys got them?
I remember last year we were talking about getting black jerseys, and it wasn't even just, we were trying to get it for last year also, and I'm not sure exactly how that went down, but then I remember me and KJ, when we came into his office talking about the jerseys for this year, he told us we would have an alternative, and they would be black if we wanted them to, so we chose that, and they actually look way better than I thought they would.
Looking forward to Monday night against Delaware State. We got a big man coming in by the name of Kendall Gray. How do you feel heading into that game?
I feel confident. That's always key. Every game that we play, we expect to win. And Kendall Gray, right now he's having a monster season, but he's going to come into the nest, and we're going to play to the best of our abilities on Monday. And that's what we'll key on tomorrow, is to be just focused and just make those splash plays and do what we know we can do. I think tonight we're a bit stagnant, but hopefully Monday we get things correct, and the turnout will be much better than what it was today.
CBS. That stands for Car Buying Simplified. Shop CBS Mitsubishi in Durham, or choose from over 500 quality used vehicles at any of our 6 convenient locations. Hurry to CBS Mitsubishi at cbsqualitycars.com.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.